Hello and welcome to, this is obviously Google, so welcome to Google. This is Table Calculator, and today I'm going to be, since the Premier League fixtures were released on Friday, today I'm going to be, so here is the fixtures. I'm going to be predicting my score, and then it'll come up in this table, just a bit of fun. So I'll be predicting the scores of the match weeks. Today I'll be doing the first 10 match weeks. Obviously there's 38 match weeks. I'm not going to do all 38 today. I'll split it into parts. This is probably week 11 to 20. I don't know, something like that. Let's just pause this ad quickly. I'm not sponsored by anyone, so let's stop that. Anyway, let's get started with the first match of the 2026 to 27 Premier League season. The champions of England, Arsenal, versus the champions of the Championship, Coventry. I think Arsenal will win here, but I think Coventry will score. I think it will be 2-1 to Arsenal. Number 2, Hull City versus Man United. Obviously Hull City won the promotion playoffs of the Championship last season to get promoted to the Premier League. I don't think they'll win today. I think Man United will win. They do look good. They're obviously in the Champions League next season. I think they'll win 2-1. And now my team, Everton versus Crystal Palace. I support Crystal Palace. But match 3, Everton versus Crystal Palace. As soon as I've been supporting Palace, we haven't beaten Everton. They might have done, but as far as I know, Palace have never beaten Everton. Last season they lost to Everton and they drew with Everton 2-2. But Everton always look like they win. They beat Palace. But this time I think that'll be different. And I'm not just saying this because I support Crystal Palace. Palace are in the Conference League, Palace won the Conference League. They're in the Europa League next season. They've got a new manager, PSG. They will sign better players. They will make their team better. They will improve their squad. I think Crystal Palace will get their first win of the season and beat Everton 2-1. And now Ipswich versus Sunderland. Ipswich obviously newly promoted to the Premier League. I think a 1-1 draw. I don't think either team will win. Neither team will lose either. Is it 5? Yeah, match 5. Nottingham Forest versus Leeds. Nottingham Forest obviously close to relegation. Leeds finishing 14th above Crystal Palace. Forest finishing 16th below Crystal Palace. Palace finishing 15th. It's weird I'm talking about all these teams, but it seems like when these two teams play each other, whoever's at home wins. So I will back Forest here on a 1-0 win to them. Brentford-Tottenham. Brentford obviously missed out on the Conference League by 1 place in the Premier League. They did well. They got Igor Thiago. They did do well last season. Tottenham spent most of the season in the relegation zone, finished in sneaky 17th, beating Everton on the final match of the season 1-0. Obviously Tottenham were in the Champions League. They got knocked out. And Brentford looked the better side. I'm backing Brentford to win this. And once again, I'm going 2-1. Brighton, Aston Villa. Brighton are in the Conference League. Sorry. Yeah. I don't support Brighton, so yeah. Sorry. Brighton are in the Conference League next season. Aston Villa are in the Champions League next season. I think it'll be a draw. I'm saying 2-2. Man City versus Bournemouth. I do think Manchester City will win, but not too much. I'm saying a 3-2 win to Manchester City. Newcastle, Liverpool. Anthony Iraola is obviously the new Liverpool manager. I think he will win with Liverpool, by, I think it'll be a 1-0 win to Liverpool. And now the final game of match week 1, Fulham versus Chelsea. Chelsea, mid-table man them. I'm just joking if you're a Chelsea fan. I think a draw will happen here. I think 1-1. So now what happens, because I've filled out all my scores, I press calculate. It'll put that into this table, and it will show the table depending on the scores that I've put. So match week 1, top 5 is Manchester City, Manchester United, Crystal Palace, Arsenal and Brentford. In the relegation zone currently is Everton, Leeds and Newcastle, all losing. I've predicted Bournemouth, Coventry, Tottenham, Hull City, Everton, Leeds, Newcastle to get 0 points, and Forest upwards to get 3 points and win. Now moving on to match week number 2. Starting off with Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Aston Villa versus Arsenal. Aston Villa, obviously, as I've already said before, in the Champions League, doesn't really matter though. Arsenal, champions of England. I think Villa will. I think Villa will. Yes, I think Villa will beat Arsenal 3-2. 3-2 to Aston Villa. Bournemouth Everton. So the Cherries versus the Toffees. I think the Cherries get their first win of the season, a 1-0 win. Chelsea Brighton. Obviously, as I've already said before about Chelsea being finished mid-table, Brighton finished Conference League. I do think. Oh, this is tricky. I think Chelsea will win 2-1. Last season, Brighton beat Chelsea 3-0, didn't they? I think. Coventry Hull City. This will be a good match. Both teams got promoted, so promoted versus promoted. I think Coventry will win. I do think Coventry will win. I think it'll be a 2-0 win to Coventry. Crystal Palace versus Man City. I'm not going to back Palace for the whole of this and say they're going to win for all 10 matches for today. I'm really not. I do think Man City, I do think they'll lose to Manchester City. I think 3-1 to Manchester City. Palace scoring, Manchester City scoring 3 times. Leeds Brentford. I'm going to say a 3-3 draw. Liverpool Nottingham Forest. Let's go with I think 3-1 to Liverpool for this match. Man United versus Ipswich. I'm saying Man United get back-to-back wins. A 2-1 win to the Red Devils. Sunderland Fulham. This one's tricky. I think Sunderland have a better team. I'm backing Sunderland on a 2-0 win. And Tottenham Newcastle. I'm going to say 2-1 to Newcastle. Many 2-1 wins. Going to calculate that. I'm not going to go through the table every single match week. As you can see though, Crystal Palace have dropped to 12th. They were 3rd or 4th, can't remember, and they've dropped to 12th. Moving on to match week number 3. Arsenal versus Chelsea. I think Arsenal will win 2-1. Brentford Sunderland, I'm saying 1-1. Brighton Leeds. Let's go with 3-2 to the Seagulls. Everton United. I think Everton will get their first win of the season. A 2-0 win against Manchester United. Fulham versus Crystal Palace. Palace beat Fulham last season. Palace have a better squad. Oh, I'm saying 3-1 to Crystal Palace there. Hull City Aston Villa. I am backing Aston Villa to win 3-0. Ipswich Liverpool. Liverpool will win easily. I'm saying 4-1 to Liverpool. Man City Coventry. I'm saying 5-0. Man City score a lot. They are one of the top goal scoring teams. I think they'll beat Coventry 5-0. Newcastle Bournemouth. This one will be tougher. I'm going 2-2. And Forest Tottenham. I'm saying 2-2 again. Calculate the table there. Crystal Palace have climbed back to 5th. I'll just say a quick brief of the table. Hull City still yet to win. Match week 4. Aston Villa versus Forest. I'm saying the first goalless draw of the season, 0-0. Bournemouth Brentford. I'm saying 3-3. Chelsea Hull City. I think Chelsea will win 1-0. Keep doing that. Coventry Brighton. I think Coventry will win 2-1. Palace Ipswich. I think Palace will win again here. I think they'll beat Ipswich 3-0. Leeds Newcastle. I'm going to say 1-0 to Leeds. Liverpool Fulham. I'm going to say a point each here, 1-1. Man United versus Man City. Rivalry here in Manchester. I'm saying a 3-3 draw. Sunderland Arsenal. I'm backing Arsenal to win this one. 2-1 to Arsenal. And Tottenham Everton. Tottenham will go and win this one. 4-2 to the Toffees. Calculate the table. Just a quick brief. Match week number 5. Halfway through. Starting off with Bournemouth Liverpool. Anthony Iraola against his former club. I think Bournemouth will win. I'm saying a 3-1 win. No, 3-1 win to Bournemouth. Brentford Chelsea. I'm going to back Chelsea. And I'm going to say a 1-0 win to Chelsea. Brighton Arsenal. I think Brighton will secure the draw 2-2. Everton Ipswich. I think this might seem a bit surprising. I think Ipswich will come out and beat Everton as one of the shock matches. 3-1 to Ipswich. Fulham Man United. Fulham Man United. I'm going to say Fulham 1, Man United 1. Leeds Crystal Palace. Leeds beat Crystal Palace 4-1 last season. I don't think that means anything, no. I think it will be a 2-2 draw. Man City Sunderland. Sunderland will win 4-0. Newcastle Hull City. I think Newcastle will win 2-0. Forest Coventry. Forest will win 2-1. And Tottenham Aston Villa will be a 3-3 draw. Calculate the table there. As you can see, just going through the quick brief of the table again. Hull City still yet to win. Match week number 6. Arsenal versus Leeds to begin it. And Arsenal Leeds, I'm going to say 1-1 draw. Aston Villa Brentford, saying another draw, 2-2. Chelsea Bournemouth, I'm saying 2-2. Coventry Newcastle, Newcastle will win 3-1. Crystal Palace Forest, they are known for drawing 1-1. I think Palace will beat Forest 2-1. Hull City Everton. I think Hull City will do the shocker here and get their first win of the season, 1-0 to them. Ipswich Fulham, I'm going to say 3-2 to Fulham. Liverpool Man City. I think Man City have a better team. I'm going to say 4. Oh, wrong side. I'm going to say 4-3 to Man City. Man United, Tottenham. Man United, Tottenham. Man United, Tottenham. I'm going to say 2-0 to Man United. Sunderland Brighton will be a draw, 1-1. Moving on to match week 7. Bournemouth, Sunderland. I think Sunderland will get to win here, 3-2. Brentford versus Liverpool. I think that Brentford will beat Liverpool. It will be a 3-0 win. Brighton Crystal Palace rivalry here. Palace are the better team, obviously, against Brighton. Palace will win. It will be. I'm backing Palace here. I might be crazy. 4-0 to Crystal Palace. Everton Chelsea. 2-0 to Everton. Fulham Hull City, I'm saying 1-1. Leeds United, I'll say 1-1. City Ipswich. I think this will be one of those shocker matches again. I'll say 2-2. Newcastle Villa. 3-3. Forest Arsenal. Forest will hold Arsenal to a goalless draw at 0-0. And Tottenham Coventry. I think Coventry will win. 1-0 to Coventry. Arsenal Everton. Arsenal Everton. I'm going to say 2-1 to Arsenal. Aston Villa versus Man City. I think this will be Man City's first loss of the season. I think Aston Villa will beat them 3-1. Chelsea Tottenham, I'm going to say 1-1. Coventry Fulham, I'm backing Fulham on this one 3-2. Crystal Palace Newcastle. We beat them last season, I'm going to say a slim 1-0 win. I think we beat them. Hull City Brentford, I'm going to say a draw 2-2. Ipswich Forest, I'm going to say another draw at 2-2. Liverpool Brighton, I think Brighton will win 1-0. Man United Bournemouth, I think Bournemouth will win 1-2 to Bournemouth. Sunderland Leeds, I'm saying 0-0. There's a lot of draws, even though the scores are mixed, there's a lot of draws. Match week number 9. This is match week number 9. Get us going with Aston Villa versus Fulham. Aston Villa versus Fulham. It will be 1-0 to Aston Villa. There's a lot of the same scores. I've predicted a lot of the same scores. We're on match week 9. Bournemouth Leeds. I'm going to say 1-0 again to Bournemouth. Brentford Forest. I think it will be a 1-1 draw. Chelsea United. I'm saying a 3-1 win for Manchester United. Coventry Sunderland. This one will be 2-2. Hull City Ipswich, another big one. Two teams that got promoted. I'm going to say 2-1 to Hull City. I'm going to back Hull City. Liverpool Arsenal. I think Arsenal will get their second loss of the season against Liverpool. I think it will be 2-1 to Liverpool. Man City Brighton. I think Brighton will do the unthinkable here. Hold City to a draw at 2-2. Newcastle Everton. I think will be 3-3. And Tottenham Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace beat Tottenham 3-1 last season. This time I think it'll be 3-0. I think Tottenham will be goalless in this match. I think Crystal Palace will win 3-0. Didn't press calculate. There we go. And the final match week of the video, to start off with, Arsenal versus Hull City. I think Arsenal will win here, but it will only be a 1-0 win. Brighton versus Brentford. It'll be a 2-2 draw. Crystal Palace Liverpool. Crystal Palace Liverpool. Crystal Palace beat Liverpool last season. I do think Palace will do it again. Liverpool will have Anthony Raiola. They'll have a better squad. I think Palace will do it again. It'll be 3-2 to Palace. Everton Coventry. Everton versus Coventry. It will be a 0-0 draw. Fulham Newcastle. Fulham Newcastle will be 2-1 to Fulham. Ipswich Bournemouth will be 2-2. I think Bournemouth will be held to a draw. Leeds Tottenham. Leeds Tottenham I think will be Tottenham win 2-0. United Aston Villa. I think Villa will win here. It will be a 4-3 win to Villa. Forest versus Manchester City. I think Manchester City will win 1-0. And the final fixture of this episode will be a 1-1 draw. So the final table of the first 10 match weeks and of this video, the final table of this video: Crystal Palace at first, second Manchester City, third Aston Villa, fourth Arsenal, fifth Bournemouth, sixth United, seventh Brighton, eighth Brentford, ninth Liverpool, 10th Fulham, 11th is Chelsea, 12th Newcastle, 13th Sunderland, 14th Everton, 15th is Forest, 16th Leeds, 17th Coventry, 18th Hull, 19th Ipswich, and 20th Tottenham. That's what I think for the first 10 match weeks. Comment down below if you think different. See you in video 2